Welcome to Side Sessions here. Connor Norby is our guest. Stephen Strom, Jack McMullen. The TV crew is back. Allie, Jason, even Kelly Sacco, our live audience here this afternoon. Connor Norby, we are a week-ish away from opening day, Skeens versus Sandy. Where are you at, body feeling-wise? You're playing back-to-backs. Give us the 4-1-1 on Connor Norby.
I feel good. You're just trying to – now it's about dotting the I's, crossing the T's. Still getting a lot of quality work in.
Good expression there. I like that. Good start. Keep going.
Getting a lot of good work in the cage, a lot of extra ground balls still, and feeling better. Arms feeling better, which is a good thing. And then – body, it's that time of camp. You're feeling it a little bit more every day, but the end is near, and once opening day hits, you kind of get a new wave of energy.
So offensively, and then we'll go Jack. 11 hits, 6 RBIs, a home run. How do you feel like your spring is going offensively? Are there still things you're trying to iron out before we get going?
Yeah. I've had good springs. I've had bad springs. It's been okay. I've gotten a lot of good work in with what I was trying to do originally in camp with my swing, being flatter and turning better. So both those things I'm pretty much checking off the list. It's now just approach-based stuff and also just kind of tinkering with where to put my hands, kind of like what feels good, what doesn't, but also is still efficient at the same time. And then it's mostly just that. And then defensively, I feel really, really well, really good over there, making all the throws, making all the right reads. So that feels great. But, yeah, feeling good.
Mentally, how is this spring different? Obviously, you were in Sarasota the previous couple of springs, and you were, fighting for a job or fighting for that, AAA assignment. You were always fighting for something versus now it feels like you've got a job, right? You've got a spot on this big league roster. You know you're going to be in the lineup pretty much every day. How has this spring mentally differed from the other ones that you've had?
It's funny you say that because I don't even feel like it's my job.
That's
essentially
the way you're wired.
Yeah.
And I've said that a couple times before, but it's just how I feel. And I feel like there's so much more that I can do, and you guys have seen, I've shown a little bit of what I can do when I'm on, and it's just being there more consistently, eliminating some of the chase, some of the swing and miss, just playing a little bit better defensively, and then just building on that for obviously years to come. But it is also a bit of a comfort feeling having last year under my belt, knowing what it's like. But like I said, there's so much more that I want to do in this game that I'm not a complacent person by any means, and I won't ever be that way. So that's kind of where I've been at, is just showing up, and I'm gonna try to do something better today than I was yesterday.
Gotcha. Whether you like it or not, you are going to be the everyday guy at third base, whether you're wired like that or not. And this is probably going to make you uncomfortable too, because you are one of the faces of this franchise now moving forward. Again, whether you think of it as or not, what does that mean to you? When you look at faces of a franchise, how do you think is the right way to carry yourself as the face of a franchise?
Doing what I just said. I think I'm not really a huge vocal guy. I'm more of a lead by example.
Sure.
I've always kind of been that way. But I think hard work is just going to take over, and that's what I've done. It's what I've done my whole life. That's all I focus on, and I love what comes with it, good or bad.
Sure.
And you learn from the bad, and you also learn from the good. But yeah, it's at the same time, it's a super unique and cool thing to be a part of, or be even mentioned in that sentence.
Sure.
But I don't look at it like that.
That's fair.
I just want to win games. I want to keep getting better. I want to be an all-star. I have a lot of goals for myself, for this team. And I think that we can be a lot better than what we've been in the past, and also what we might be predicted at this year.
Do you hear the outside noise, and what do you guys talk about as far as a team and maybe using it as fuel?
It's been mentioned. Nobody's blind to it. Everybody has social media. You see it everywhere. And I frankly, I don't think anyone cares. I don't. People that write that stuff, they're not here day to day. They can't measure Xavier Edwards, how good he actually is as a player. They can't measure what any of our guys can do fully, or how much they work, how much they care, and they also just don't understand baseball. Like, baseball's a weird and funny sport. They're there, they look at a roster, and this is what their stats were for the whole year, and this is what their record will be. So we don't really care.
It's pretty cool, kind of seeing the outside perspective of a team on paper and how that translates into a given season. And we play that game all the time, right? Everybody's looking at the Dodgers. Oh, are they going to ever lose a game? They won today. Are they going to go 162-0? The answer is obviously no. You can build a good-looking roster on paper, but you got to play the baseball games. Who are some of those guys? I mean, you mentioned X. Like, people around the league don't really realize how good Xavier Edwards is at the game of baseball, whether that's second base, whether that's shortstop, or whether that's just putting bat on ball, swing decisions, all of that. Who are some other guys in that clubhouse that you feel like the national baseball fan may not realize how good that guy is?
Otto Lopez.
Cool.
Good name.
I think he'll win a Gold Glove this year. We were actually just talking about it 10 minutes ago.
Cool.
I think he'll win a Gold Glove this year, or he'll at least be a finalist for sure. And then Jonah Bride, if he takes another step. I thought, like I've said before, Nick Fortes, that second half last year was really, really good.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, it's hard to say certain guys' names because, and like I see what people put on Twitter,
Sure.
like even now, like this is what their whiff percentage is, blah, blah, strikeout percentage. Like,
Sure.
Guys are working on stuff right now. Like, we're trying to feel stuff out, figure out what's going to work and what doesn't, and this is the time to try it. So, guy having a huge strikeout rate in spring training or a huge whiff percentage, like, there's not many coaches or even teammates that are too concerned about it because they know what he's trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
He's trying to work on this, and if it doesn't work, then, we're going to move on to the next thing, and we'll try something else. But this is the time to try it so we can hammer whatever it needs to be hammered once opening day starts and we roll. And even then, it's still a never-ending search.
Yep. It is a constant battle to refute people trying to take like these huge takeaways away from spring training. But everybody's going to do it, and I know you guys are always tinkering with stuff. You mentioned at the outset that you had your arm feeling right. And speaking of working on stuff, you're learning third base. You're going to play third base pretty much every day for the Miami Marlins. When you say, like, the arm is feeling right, is there almost like a little blip in the radar at first where, hey, I got to get used to throwing again every day from that spot, starts to feel a little sore, and then you get back into, I don't know, season arm or something like that?
Yeah. I was working all offseason on trying to change my arm angle, be a little bit more over the top, try to get more of backspin instead of second. You can kind of drop down and get more run on the ball, but at third, the run is now in the lane or in the batter's lane, running lane, so the ball's going everywhere. And so I was trying to work on all offseason, trying to create more backspin, kind of like Iron Mike-ish over the top.
Sure.
Get to camp, and then they're like, no, we actually want you to keep throwing from where you were, but we're going to change you and how your wrist is and your positioning on the ball. And because that's what you're good at, you're comfortable throwing from there. But we're just going to change. Instead of you throwing it like this, we're going to throw it like that. So it's just your wrist positioning, stuff like that. And that's helped me actually a lot, where last year it was I was trying to get used to the different arm angle.
Yeah.
But I like what we're doing a lot. And it's still incorporating both. Like, you have to have every arm slot as an infielder. Everybody knows that. But I would say, I was just tired, fatigued, getting used to the throw, getting back into baseball shape again. And then, I feel good now.
Cool.
About a week away from opening day again, Connor Norby with us. So are you a numbers guy as far as personal? Like, can we look at you and ask you, are you a 20 home run guy? Are you looking to hit X amount of home runs? And if you do that, what is an amount that you're looking to hit this year? What's fair?
I do set out numbers goals. I'm not going to tell you guys. I haven't wrote them down yet, so I actually couldn't tell you if I wanted to. But shoot for the stars. Sometimes you hit the moon. I was taught that in high school or in college. My high school or my college coach told me that shoot for something higher than you actually want. Because if you're constantly driving to shoot for your numbers and you come up just short, you're still probably having a really good year. Yeah. So I remember my last year, my goal was to hit 450. I hit 415. So it's still a pretty good year.
Pretty good, right?
Yeah,
I would sign up for that.
Yeah, but if you look at the goals, if you technically failed, but if that's why. So I shoot kind of higher than, but
I have 2 of your 9 home runs were opposite field, and
only 2.
Or I'm sorry, 2 of the 9 were pull side.
Yeah.
And the other 7 were opposite field. What does that tell me, or what sticks out to you about that?
He knows where the wind's going that day. No, I'm actually working on pulling the ball a little bit better. But it's not who I am. It's never been who I am. Since I was little, my swing has always been made to go to right center. And as I've gotten older, I've just embraced it, and I'm able to, when I get it, it's gonna be a homer.
Sure.
But I think it just sets me up for hitting multiple pitches at once, and that's what I want. I want to be. I talk about being bulletproof in the box. Nothing can get you out. You're getting yourself out, but also, or like being prepared for every single pitch and every spot. But yeah, like that's my living.
Connor Norby, East Carolina guy. You mentioned you learned that goal in college. ECU, they've got a pretty good arm right now. Norby, is that his name? Who's this
Something
kid? Like
that, yeah.
19 punch-outs.
Yeah.
I know I talked to you a little bit about that in the clubhouse, and you said you got about 200 texts about little bro King. 19 in 7 1/3? Was it 7 1/3?
Yeah. Yeah, something.
That's nasty.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I know you gave it to me, but give us, like, on camera the 411. Like, what is the scouting report on little bro the arm?
He's got what I tell him to throw or what he actually throws.
Okay, give us both. Give us what you tell him.
He doesn't listen to me actually. So
well, he should.
He's got a little two seam. He's got a big slider. That's kind of his best pitch. He has a cutter that he's working on. I wish he'd throw more. He's got a changeup that he's doesn't throw that much, which I get on him all the time about throwing more. That was actually one of the first texts to his pitching coach, who I was close with when I was there. He's still there, and he texted me, and right after the game was over, and he's like, "You had a lot of good ones, but nothing like that." And I said, my response was, "Throw more changeups." And he said, "Your brother," I just called the 19 strikeout game for your brother, and you're telling me to throw more changeups?
Oh my God!
And I said, "You're already sounded complacent." So,
is your brother as superstitious as you?
No.
You are weird with the superstitions. Give the audience a couple of weird Connor Norby superstition. I struck out once, and I'm going to change everything about myself.
Depending how bad the at bat was, yeah. The eye black is a given. I guess that's superstitious. I try not to be that way, but it is what it is. It is what it is. If I do have a bad at bat. You're just
how far are we going? What are you doing? You're taking off your switching.
No,
batting gloves?
batting. There'll be new batting gloves.
Okay.
Potentially new cleats.
In game? Have you ever done new cleats in game?
Yeah. After one at bat, yeah. Dude. I've done 100% new bat. The worst it ever got was a change undershirts, and then there was another one where I had an arm sleeve and tape, and then I took the arm sleeve off and went double tape.
Huh.
So
mid-game.
Does it depend?
Yeah, and change undershirts, cleats,
dude.
Bat.
Okay, so undershirt. I'm curious about this. It's like, is it a feel thing? It's like, you know what? Like, it didn't really feel
Biceps
right under my
don't
jersey. It's like,
feel.
let's do this, or is it like something's going to change and it's not the jersey, so let's go with the undershirt?
Sometimes I just want to completely throw out whatever that at bat was, and we're on to the next
fault,
one.
not mine.
It's like burning sage without actually burning sage.
Yeah.
I have done that. Didn't work.
Burn sage.
It actually, I did it in high A once, and all it did was just piss everyone off because it stunk up the whole clubhouse. So I didn't do it again.
I know you say that you're not a vocal leader, but you can be a spiritual leader. You can go in there and start preaching the word of God and start bringing in the sage and really.
Guys see me reading. I read every day.
Yeah.
Good.
So there you go.
Yeah.
What do you like reading?
I read the Bible.
The
every
Bible.
day.
Oh,
I
gotcha.
just read a little like half chapter to a chapter every day.
Gotcha.
That's like right before one of the last things I do before I get on the field.
I've got to tell you too, this whole look, I really like this. I love
Dude,
the hair.
I don't know what's going on with the hair.
What,
I'm trying
you and
to
Jonah
get-
Bride. I don't know what Jonah.
No, Jonah's a straight mullet.
Jonah-
Mine's like a mix
Jonah's
of
gotta
like
keep-
flow, mullet. I don't like just mess.
The
Mop.
bandana's nice though.
I need it right
I
now.
DM'd you and I said the bandana's a good look. You need to keep that.
It's a mess, but I definitely need the headband right now.
Yeah, the headband is fire. What else you got from a baseball? Because I want to loosen them up with some outside baseball, and then we'll let them go because we're already at 15.
I'm good on the baseball thing. Just in or out, short sleeve hoodies. Are they in?
I think they're in. They're always in.
They seem in.
They're the best of both worlds. It's a hoodie, but it's short sleeve, so I'm not getting too hot.
I
There
thought
we
you'd
go.
go sleeveless.
I have one. Yeah.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, but this one's. It was a little colder out this morning. Threw this on.
Sure.
Connor's a great sports fan. I've mentioned that to you, Jack. Does spring training need to start later? As far as the time of the games and
Oh
when you
yes.
need to be in here.
Yes, because you play all year at 6:40 or 7 o'clock,
Yep.
whatever,
Yep.
and you get to here and it's completely flipped. At least the last week, move to night games,
Gotcha.
so
I
guys
agree.
can get into a rhythm, a routine,
Sure.
leading into the season.
You have your walk-up song yet or no?
I haven't thought about it. No.
Haven't thought it. Do you change that? Is that a superstitious thing?
I wouldn't say that's more maybe sometimes it can be for sure, but a lot of times it's just kind of like what I'm feeling at the time.
You should come out to like Jack will record a call for you because we've seen you hit the home run in Washington. We weren't covering that game. You should come out to the first ever broadcast walk-up song where it's just Jack calling, drive deep, left center field, Connor Norby, gone. So you're really manifesting this whole thing, intimidating the pitcher coming out. Number one, Connor
Visualizing.
Norby. You like that?
Yeah, visualizing. I like that. Hey, February 2026. Who's winning the Super Bowl?
The Vikings.
Okay. McCarthy, he's the guy?
He is the guy.
Okay.
I hope he's the guy. Well, I hope he's the guy. Nobody knows how rookie quarterbacks are going to go. Everybody hates him, but
Second year.
I love him.
Second year, he had a chance to watch Sammy D.
Yeah.
We can't do this on Marlins. We cannot. We
That's
can't
fine.
do Marlins talk. I actually do have one more Marlins thing, and then we'll let you go. Why should Marlins fans be excited to come out and watch this ball club with this group?
Because you have a lot of young guys that are trying to prove themselves, make a name, get the experience, and it's a fiery group. It's a group that loves to work. We work really hard. They work really hard, and we're never out of the game. And we showed that at the end last year, especially, and we showed it a little bit this camp too. Where the other day we were down 8-0 after the first 9 batters, didn't even have an out, and after the 4th inning, 5th inning, it was 8-5. Like we'd got one back every inning, and that's us. That's our MO, and we're gonna get the tying run to the plate a lot. And if we get the big swing, like that's what helps. Obviously, that's what the good teams do, and what we're hoping to do and we're training to do. But we're going to be in a lot of those scenarios and those situations this year, and it's going to be a lot of different guys, and I'm excited, and I think Marlins fans should be excited too.
Well, dude, we're super pumped to cover you. Second time for me, first time for Jack. Have a great, healthy season first, and I know you don't want to share your numbers with me, or you don't have them, but we have numbers for you, so we'll share with them after we end this
Yeah,
recording,
don't tell
okay?
me. I'm not going to. Yeah, don't tell me.
We hope you achieve yours.
Yeah, thank you.
All right,
guys.
Connor Norby, everyone, again, March 27th, Sandy versus Skeens. Make sure to come out. We're super pumped, and we will talk to you next time on Side Sessions.